little bit different today. Ellis is not with us, but he couldn't resist. He still sent me his picks. He'll be back next week. So we're bringing in Mary Kay Cabot today for her picks podcast debut. Mary Kay, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing well. Doug Maurice joining us as well. I can't wait to see what Doug has in store for us.
Ready to win more fake money.
And our texter today is Jim joining us. Jim, I should have asked you this before we went on the air, but we're going to put it out there for everybody to hear. I want to make sure I say your last name right.
Sure, it's Hauk.
And we always will let our football insider lead us off here to pick the Browns and the Washington football team. The line on this is the Browns -7. That's a big one.
All right.
What do you got for us, Jim?
I'm a big Browns fan. I love the Browns. But with fake money, I bet with my wallet. And although I think the Browns are going to win, I just don't think their defense is strong enough to feel confident they're going to win by more than 7. As we saw last week against an even weaker team, that they couldn't do that. I also think the Browns will have their eyes on the fact that this is a winnable game, and then they have a gauntlet of 3 teams that are going to be a lot tougher to beat, and that pressure might get to them, or they may overlook Washington already thinking toward Dallas and the other teams in the coming weeks. Although I do think they pull it out, they have that offensive firepower, but I'm just fearful enough to think they'll win by that margin.
All right. Mary Kay, what do you have?
You know what? The Browns are getting some guys back defensively this week. I think that will help. When I watched some of Washington's film, not overly impressed with Dwayne Haskins. I really think that it's a good matchup for the Browns defensive line, even though they're kind of banged up. Olivier Vernon and Adrian Claiborne might not be able to play this game, but I still think that Myles Garrett, Porter Gustin, Sheldon Richardson, I still think those guys can rattle Dwayne a little bit. I don't know. I have the Browns covering this game.
Doug?
I was going to ask, I thought we might get through 16 weeks without the texter picking against the Browns. So I respect Jim.
Come through for us.
He with his heart, he thinks the Browns are going to win, but with his fake wallet, he'll take the 7. If you didn't make me pick this game, I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole. I have a 7 feels like a lot for the Browns to be giving here. I agree with Mary Kay. Dwayne Haskins, and again, I can go for 45 minutes on Ohio State guys. Joe Burrow is more mobile than Dwayne Haskins. Joe Mixon's better than the Redskins running back. There's a lot of things that the Bengals, I think, did offensively last week, even with the rookie quarterback, that the Redskins aren't really there yet. Dwayne is not he's not going to run and hurt you. I still think he's feeling his way in the pocket. I do think this is a great opportunity for Myles Garrett to make a huge impact in this game. So I do think it's possible if we get closer to like top-end Browns, like what they can be right now. If their offensive line is healthy, we know how well they've played. I think the Browns run the ball all day. I think Baker could throw like 18 passes or something in this game, because why would you drop back and let Chase Young rush you? Just run. Just give the ball, let Hunt and Chubb each have 20 carries. I think the Browns absolutely could win 27-10, right? Very comfortably. So because I have to pick it, I am going to take the Browns -7, but I wouldn't feel so strongly about it that if this was just another game floating out there, I would just avoid it, because I also think there's like a Chase Young goes nuts 16-13 kind of possibility, and I wouldn't know which side to be on with that.
Well, we're going to do this, I guess, because I think Jim's going to be the only one taking the Washington football team in this matchup. I am simply listening to what I heard on Hard Knocks a few years ago from a former Browns offensive coordinator who advised us to not live in our fears. And I think a pick against the Browns here is living in our fears, because we all felt burnt by that backdoor cover last week. I just don't think Washington's going to be able to score a ton of points. I know the Browns defense isn't great, but I just haven't seen anything out of Washington that says they're going to score enough points to be able to keep up with what I think the Browns can do. I'm a little worried about that pass rush, just like you are. But my gut tells me Browns -7 over the Washington football team. And so that's the direction I'm going to go.
Well, I hope you guys are right.